We'll start with Adam Spillane.
Hi, Jaden. What is your relationship like with Jalen Green, and have you been in contact with the Rockets at all during this process?
Well, I played Jalen Green in high school, obviously. Played against him when he was with Team Why Not on the AU EYBL circuit. I haven't really been in contact with him, but just a great competitor. Someone that I look forward to playing in the NBA. And I have been in contact with the Rockets during this process when I was in Chicago.
Okay, up next, James Boyd.
Hey, Jaden, James Boyd, Indy Star. One, have you had any contact with the Pacers? Like, are you going to work out for them? And then number two, have you thought about what that potential homecoming would look like, particularly with a guy like Tyrese Halliburton already in Indiana and already kind of leading that charge with the young guards?
Yeah, so I just recently had a Zoom call with them. I did not work out for them. The Zoom call went well. Just seeing, what happens in the draft. It's only 3 days left before the draft, so, kind of just trying to soak everything in right now. And, basically we'll just see what happens on draft night.
Okay, up next is Tony Harvey.
Hey, Jay. Yeah, this is Tony Harvey. I'm calling from Sacramento. I'm a reporter from Sacramento. We're just talking about this fourth spot, and there has been some reports that you may have some reservations about coming here if you are drafted by the Sacramento Kings. So yeah, I do want to know, have you been contacted by the Sacramento Kings? Have you worked out for them? And if this is a landing spot for you, would you take up that opportunity?
I would just say, I actually haven't been in contact with them. Didn't work out for them. I'm kind of just, letting this process just handle itself. If I got drafted there, it wouldn't be the worst option. I can't pick, I'm not the GM who picks the guys. So I'm kind of just, trying to just enjoy this process, and, whatever happens on draft night, whatever, I'm just going to, stick with it.
Okay, Jonathan Bradley.
Hey, Jaden, and just to follow up on that question, I know that you said that you haven't been in contact with the Kings, but how do you think that you would fit in on that roster, in particular with a guy like De'Aaron Fox, who has a similar skill set, athletic, quick guard, and then what do you think sets you apart from the rest of the draft class?
Obviously they recently just drafted Davion Mitchell. They have guys like Sabonis. Obviously a great guard like De'Aaron Fox. They got a lot of talent. Trying to get some guys in to complement them. I think I fit in anywhere. But we're gonna see what happens on draft night, and I'm looking forward to draft night. And I just feel like this summer, I feel like I worked on areas part of my game that can help me showcase a lot on the NBA level. Been working on my mid range and my floaters, things that I really couldn't show on college stage. So I think I'm ready for all types of challenges that are going to come my way in the NBA.
Appreciate it, man.
Christos Saltis.
Hey, Jaden, hope you're doing well. What is your main expectation going to the next season, and who are the players that became role models for you to be a player?
I think the two biggest ones are Ja Morant and Russell Westbrook. I try to kind of constantly just watch film on them, how they get to their spots. Obviously using their athleticism and IQ, comes a long way. I feel like both of them, have a high IQ for the game. Just trying to, constantly just, watch film on them and, try to take pieces and, parts of their game and add it to my game.
Okay, Joe Musolato.
Hey, Jaden, Joe Masato from the Oklahoman. Can you give us an idea of what your communication with the Thunder has been like up to this point? And if you worked out for them, can you kind of give us a look inside that workout?
So I've been in LA training at Proactive. And after Pro Day, they actually came to watch me work out at Proactive. So I didn't really go to OKC for a workout, but their coaches and coaching staff came and watched me work out.
With two young guards in place and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Josh Giddey, how do you think about a potential fit with the Thunder?
I think, the Thunder is an up-and-coming team. They got a lot of great talent. I think, I can, help that organization if they choose to draft me. But, I'm just trying to wait it out and see what happens on draft night.
Okay, up next is Adam Spillane.
Sorry, I forgot to put my hand down.
Okay. Alex Schiefer.
Hey, Jaden, I just want to ask, you learned the game from your mom, who's obviously a women's basketball coach, and then even, being around Muffy McGraw and Skylar Diggins as a kid. Just where do you think your mom had the biggest impact on your game?
I would say growing up, just having a sense of knowledge for the game. She just taught me a lot of aspects of the game, just IQ, just the little fundamentals of the game, that helped me, become the player that I am today. She still helps me today on, just certain stuff that she sees, just watching the games. She's always got that sense of basketball love, for the game. And, she helps me a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, up next, John Fanta.
Hey, Jaden, thanks for taking time with us today. I'm just curious, as you look back at the last 2 years, you took the route to play for Coach Painter at Purdue, and now there's a lot of routes that players can take, whether it be the college game or G League Ignite or something other than that. When you look at your journey, why specifically was Purdue the best option, and how did playing college basketball for 2 years help you get to this point?
That's a great question. I would say I didn't have the opportunity. I didn't have opportunities that a lot of young guys that are coming up, like the G League, the overseas route. I never got interest from any of those. So, I wanted to go to college. That was my plan, and I ended up, getting an offer from them, and I thought it was the best route for me to go to Purdue. And I think, the college game is, a lot different, and there were certain challenges that I had to go through, during my 2 years, and those challenges I feel like helped me become the person I am on the court.
If I could ask a quick follow-up, biggest lesson that you take with you from Coach Painter?
The biggest lesson, I think, is definitely never too up, never too down, trying to stay even kill on the court. And I feel like that applies to life. Just, there's going to be a lot of obstacles, but, never try to get, too up or too down on yourself, and, trying to stay even kill.
Okay, up next, Nolan Bianchi.
Hey, Jaden, Nolan Bianchi here, Detroit News. I'm just curious to know, how much NBA basketball have you consumed over the last year? And if there are any teams at the top of the lottery here who have kind of caught your eye, whether it be, in terms of style of play or potential?
After seeing where the lottery, just the teams that, got the earliest picks, I started looking at film of, Sacramento. Obviously, could be, situations where I could land, to New York. I watched a lot of, Detroit, the pieces that they have, young talent. OKC is one I could see myself at. But really all of those teams, I feel like I could see myself at, and we're just gonna see what happens on draft night.
If you were to get taken by the Pistons and paired with last year's #1 overall pick, Cade Cunningham, what part of his game do you think could bring the most out of you, or accentuate what part of your game?
I think the part of my game that a lot of people don't see is that I can play off the ball too. I feel like I can play off the ball or on the ball. And I feel like I can complement Cade a little bit, just with his ability to score the ball. But I feel like I can play off the ball and just read how the offense is going. And obviously I could be a lead guard, but I'm a baller, so I feel like if you need me on the ball, if you need me off the ball, whatever it is to help the team win, I can do.
Okay, up next, Zach Braziller.
Jaden, just wanted to ask, has there been any contact with the Knicks? Have you worked out for them? And you had just mentioned the Knicks is one place you thought you might and you could end up. What do you think if that did happen? What do you think it would be like to play in New York and be the Knicks point guard?
Obviously a tremendous opportunity. A tremendous organization. In the New York Knicks. Obviously I would be honored to be able to play there. I think they recently just made the playoffs 2 years ago. I feel like I could complement the organization and help them win if they drafted me.
Have you had any contact or worked out for them?
I have not worked out for them. They came to my pro day, but I have not worked out for them.
Okay, Kristen Peak.
Hey, Jaden, can you just give a quick rundown of what teams you did work out for? I know you said Oklahoma City came to see you, but what other teams?
I worked out for only Detroit and Orlando. So those were the only teams that I worked out with.
Orlando, how was that workout?
It was good, really intense, high energy. I feel like, I like the, organization. They were very genuine. I really liked the workout, so it went well.
Was it 1-on-0? Did they bring anybody else in?
Yeah, it was 1-on-0.
Okay.
That was for both Detroit and Orlando.
Okay, up next is Stephan Bondi.
Hey, Jaden, how you doing? I'm just following up on the Knicks stuff. What do you think? You mentioned you could be part of their organization and help them win. What do you think of their roster, and what do you think of your fit next to guys like Julius Randle and RJ Barrett?
I think I could definitely fit. Feel like I have that DNA to be a winner. You obviously got to have guys that want to win, and in order to win. And I feel like like you said, RJ Barrett, and I feel like they want to win, and it starts just in practice, and I feel like I just have that DNA to win. So we're just gonna see what happens.
And not being in contact with Sacramento, is that a conscious decision? I mean, what is? Can you kind of explain that?
It's not a conscious decision. I never really made the decision to not talk with Sacramento. I just kind of happened. So.
Gotcha. Thanks, man.
Okay, we have time for one last question from Jeff Garcia.
Hello, Jeff Garcia, Kens 5 San Antonio. Good luck to you, Jaden, this week. Just briefly, I know you said you did not work for the Spurs when you went down, but did you have a contact with them maybe at the combine?
I didn't actually.
You did not? Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You broke up a little bit.
Talk to.
My other question is, you mentioned you looked at film and the teams, like the top teams that you could possibly go to? Was San Antonio one of those?
No, just because they weren't high in the lottery in my draft
Okay.
range, so I didn't really watch any, and I
right.
haven't looked at them either. So
All right. Well, thank you, and good luck to you this week.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, thank you everyone for joining. Jaden's going to stay on for another interview, but if the rest of you would kindly leave, thank you.